Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the summer 2017 Texas Tech University Commencement exercises. Please join me in thanking the Texas Tech Commencement Band and conductor Dr. Sarah McCoyne, Director of Bands, for their contributions to this afternoon's ceremonies. Now entering the United Supermarkets Arena, the Mace of Texas Tech, the symbol of the university. The mace bearer is Dr. Arquimedes Ruiz Columbi, instructor in wind energy, National Wind Institute. Following the mace is the faculty banner. The banner bearer is Dr. Linda Donahue, Associate Professor of Theater and Dance, J.T. and Margaret Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts. Now entering the United Supermarkets Arena, the University Library's banner. The banner bearer is Lynn Edgar, Assistant Librarian. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the faculty of Texas Tech University, led by University Marshals Dr. Damian Pantoya and Dr. Comfort Pratt. Now entering the United Supermarkets Arena, the stage party, led by University Marshals Laura Heinz, Chair of the Convocations Committee, and Matthew Schleif, Chair-elect of the Convocations Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated and welcome to Summer 2017 graduates of Texas Tech University. Now entering the United Supermarkets Arena, candidates from the Graduate School. The banner bearer is Chamila Kulhani Isaneki. Now entering the United Supermarkets Arena, the degree candidates from the College of Human Sciences. The banner bearer is Naomi Elizabeth Schneider. Entering the United Supermarkets Arena, degree candidates from the Jerry S. Rawls College of Business. The banner bearer is Kylie Michelle Naughton. Entering the United Supermarkets Arena, degree candidates from the Edward E. Whitaker College of Engineering. The banner bearer is Erin M. Trusty. Entering the United Supermarkets Arena, degree candidates from the Honors College. The banner bearer is Brooke Marie Henney. Entering the United Supermarkets Arena, degree candidates from the J.T. and Margaret Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts. The banner bearer is Ashley McCleskey. Entering the United Supermarkets Arena, degree candidates from university programs. The banner bearer is Jonathan J. Gill.
Please rise and join us in the singing of our national anthem, played by the Commencement Orchestra, conducted by Dr. Sarah McGoin, and sung by Mrs. Desiree Correa, who is graduating with a degree in music.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched with so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. I am Lawrence Skuvanek, President of Texas Tech University, and it is my pleasure to welcome each of you to the August 2017 commencement of the Colleges of Business, Engineering, Human Sciences, Visual and Performing Arts, University Programs, Wind Energy, and the Graduate School. I would like to introduce the members of the platform party. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Mr. Michael Lewis, Member of Board of Regents. Mr. Jeffrey Lastraps, Associate Professor of Cello, Texas Tech University. Mr. Robert Duncan, Chancellor of the Texas Tech University System. Dr. Michael Gallion, Provost and Senior Vice President. Dr. Jean Wild, Faculty Senate President. Mrs. Ashley Brown, Staff Senate President. Mr. Robert Meyer, President of the Student Government Association. Ms. April Lewis, External Vice President of the Graduate School Advisory Council. Dr. Andres Neuber, Hoyne Professor Representative. Dr. Bob McDonald, Teaching Academy Representative. Dr. Bella Gerlich, Dean of Libraries. Dr. Tim Dallas, Associate Dean of the Graduate School. Dr. Bill Passwork, Associate Dean of Graduate Programs and Research. Dr. Linda Hoover, Dean of the College of Human Sciences. Dr. Patrick Hughes, Associate Vice Provost of Undergraduate Education and Student Affairs. Dr. Nurkan Bach, Senior Associate Dean of the Edward E. Whitaker Jr. College of Engineering. Dr. Noel Zoller, Dean of the J.T. and Margaret Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts. Dr. Susan Tomlinson, Assistant Dean for the Honors College. Dr. Guy Lonergan, Interim Vice President for Research. Dr. Elizabeth Sharp, Interim Vice President of the Division of Institutional Diversity, Equity, and Community Engagement. And Mr. Jarrett Lujan, Member of the Board of Regents. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Michael Lewis, Member of the Board of Regents, who will give the welcome on behalf of the board.
Thank you, Dr. Skuvanek. Good afternoon and welcome to Texas Tech University in the United Supermarkets Arena. Today I bring you greetings from the Texas Tech University System Board of Regents. I welcome each of you to our beautiful campus, congratulate the parents, other family members, and friends who have joined us today. This is a time of celebration not only for those of you here in the crowd and on the floor today, but also for us on the stage. our faculty who have invested themselves in each and every one of our graduates. I would hope that you will do your best to pass on the legacy that was so generously gifted to you by your teachers. Teachers are among the most unselfish individuals on earth. Their success is measured by your success. The ideas and knowledge that you've gained here can be passed down from one generation to the next for the greater good. As a Texas Tech alumnus and fellow Red Raider, I share the excitement with each graduate, and on behalf of the entire Board of Regents, I pay tribute to those of you who, through commitment and your dedication, will receive your diplomas today. You earned this degree through hard work and determination, which are defining characteristics of Texas Tech graduates. So congratulations in regard to that. I know this is a defining moment for you, and while you're eager to enter into the next phase of your life, I'm sure that many of you are already thinking fondly of the wonderful memories you created here at Texas Tech. There are friends you made here in Lubbock that you will carry forward for life. And today, some 45 years after my own graduation, I office with two such friends that I actually made here in school. So my advice is to be careful, because what happened here in Lubbock doesn't always stay in Lubbock. The longer you're away from Texas Tech, the more you will realize that it is the rock-solid substance and character of your fellow graduates which make being a Red Raider special. You will realize how special the traditions are that hold all Red Raiders together and make us, in many respects, a family. Someday you will be in a faraway city and you'll look and notice a double T on the back of the car in front of you, and something inside will spark some recognition. You'll feel an instant, get your guns up. Such a thing happened to me last year in the Ingalls grocery parking lot in western North Carolina mountains. I couldn't believe there was another Texas Tech person within miles of such a remote place in Appalachia. So I waited in my car to see who it was, sure enough. And sure enough, when they approached, there was an instant connection. So you just never know. Now, my fellow Red Raiders, as you leave this place for the continuance of your life journey, you will be encouraged to use the gifts and knowledge and friendship you've received here to serve one another, to do justice, to love kindness, and walk humbly. And if you do, you will become a part of another tradition at Texas Tech. You will become a part of a tradition of graduates who've left Tech to become leaders in their families and in their communities. And in keeping with that, I will share a closing bit of advice from another Texas Tech graduate of some 70 years ago in the form of my father. He, in his West Texas way of speaking, told me to always have a hole card. And for those of you who don't understand what a hole card is, just ask one of your West Texas friends and they'll fill you in. So now I will pass on the same advice to you to, in fact, do have a hole card. And you do have it in the form of a Texas Tech degree. Our hope is that you will take this degree, work hard, and one day stand among nations and make us proud. Congratulations again, and blessings to each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Lewis. I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Robert Duncan, Chancellor of the Texas Tech University System.
Thank you, Dr. Skubnik. It's always great to be here. I've been chancellor now for 3 years, and my favorite part of this job is walking out here as the processional begins on graduation, because that's really what this is all about. You see all the families that are very excited. As we shake your hands, all 800 or whatever it is, we see the look in your eyes and the happiness because you really accomplished something great, and so it's really exciting. You know, from the first time you came here, and probably before, we told you that from here it's possible. That's our motto. And today, it's evident that it is possible. And there may have been times when you thought it wasn't, but again, this is a great achievement for you in your life and for your family. So we're really excited about that. There are a lot of people that have sat where you are right today who have become very successful. And each and every one of you have the same sort of opportunity. In fact, in our 94-year history, we have over nearly 250,000 alumni who've built our legacy and reputation for excellence. You can see these distinguished Red Raiders all over. We've had secretaries, national and cabinet secretaries, justices, senators, congressmen, governors. We haven't had a president yet, so maybe this is the class to do that for us. I'll bet it is. We'll challenge you to be our first class for the President of the United States of America. I like to talk a little bit about our distinguished Red Raiders. If you visit the Santa Fe Opera, you may hear Susan Graham, a world-renowned mezzo-soprano, a Texas Tech graduate. If you visited the Phantom of the Opera a few years ago on Broadway, you would have seen David Gashin, a Texas Tech alumnus and West Texas Hall of Famer in the lead role. He's performed that role over 1,500 times worldwide. Both of those are graduates of the Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts. How many of you have a Yeti? Roy Siders and his brother revolutionized the cooler industry with their Yeti coolers. It's now a $450 million brand. He's a graduate of the Rawls College of Business. Pretty cool. From the Whitaker College of Engineering, you probably don't know, but we recognized this person as a distinguished alumni, Arthi Prabhakar. She is the first woman to head the National Institute of Standards and Technology, the first woman to earn a PhD in applied physics from Caltech. Most recently, she was the head of the U.S. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. This is a huge agency with significant responsibilities for the defense of our country. This morning, I read many others that were relevant to the colleges that were graduating there. And these are just a few of our outstanding persons. And just think, as you're sitting there today, you know, you're going to have an opportunity to do something great, to be a leader, to invent a great discovery, to provide services to others, and it's a really great challenge. In the past years, you have produced. Let's talk about this. If you look at Angelo State and Texas Tech University together in our system, we've had 1 Rhodes Scholar finalist, 2 Goldwater Scholars, 4 Fulbright Scholars, 15 academic and student activity national championships, 15 athletic teams ranked in the top 10 nationally. So it's your job to go out and promote. It's your job, I think, now to go out and be successful for your alma mater and for your brand. If you walk around the building, the campus, you'll see that there are names on buildings. Someday maybe you can name a building. You can give back to your university. But I do challenge you to support your alma mater. Many have come before you and have invested in this institution, in scholarships that many of you have had, or in the facilities that you've enjoyed and in the learning experience. And that becomes from their loyalty to this university and their investment in you. And I challenge you to come back and invest again in the institution for those that come after you. You start by joining the Alumni Association, the Red Raider Club, the Chancellor's Council. But then attend football games, attend events back with your colleges, and enjoy this university's legacy in your life. Thank you for being Red Raiders. We look forward to seeing great things from you, and congratulations to you and your families.
Thank you, Chancellor Duncan. It's my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker for this afternoon's ceremony. Jeffrey Lastraps is an associate professor of cello and chair of strings in the College of Visual and Performing Arts. He has performed and taught in Europe, South America, Asia, and in every region of the United States. He holds degrees from the Curtis Institute of Music and the Juilliard School, and has recorded for New World Records and Centaur Records. In 2009, he gave his New York debut at Merkin Hall to critical acclaim. He is the co-founder of Saris Ensemble, is on the faculty of the Tennessee Governor's School for the Arts, and is a member of the faculty of Interlochen Center for the Arts. His upcoming schedule includes performances of the Bach Six Suites in Bolivia and South Korea, concerts and master classes in Montenegro and Hong Kong, as well as recitals, music classes, clinics, and lectures across the United States. As Professor Lastraps makes these trips, he will be performing on a cello that dates back to 1684. It's my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Professor Jeffrey Lastraps.
Thank you. Firstly, I'd like to thank Chancellor Duncan, President Skuvnik, and Provost Gallion, and the Board of Regents members that are here for allowing me this opportunity to speak with you today. I also want to welcome my exceptional colleagues on the faculty. It's an amazing experience to be part of this distinguished group. Lastly, and certainly not least, the graduates and their families. So many things brought you to where you are right now. Whether you're getting an undergraduate degree or a long-fought terminal degree, you are why all of us are here today. Congratulations. Now, I must address the elephant in the room. Who is this guy? He's not Will Ferrell. We'll get to who I am in the meantime in a bit. This is a good time to tell you that my very fancy graduate degree from the Juilliard School in New York City had a beautiful commencement. Dignitaries from all the performing arts were in attendance. It was an amazing day. Getting those library fines paid so I could actually get the diploma. My family was there supporting me with applause as I walked across the stage. Everything was perfect. There's just one problem. I can't remember who the commencement speaker was. I can't remember anything about what he or she said, who they were, what their credentials were. I even Googled it, and nothing. It's okay if you don't know me or don't remember me. Please do try to remember something of what I say today. I'd like for you to try and imagine, as best you can, a disability, a life challenge, an obstacle. I would like for you to visualize overcoming that obstacle to the point where you don't even notice it. Your daily routine and the work you do both progress, and you even thrive. The story I'm about to share with you is my own. I was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana in 1971. I guess it was apparent right away that something was wrong with my eyes. I was born with a birth defect called coloboma of the retina. My retinas and irises did not form properly before birth. It creates blind spots, light sensitivity, cataracts, a serious risk of retinal detachment, and of course, very low vision. I'm considered legally blind. I have to wear a device to read music, the computer, and watch television. When I travel, I have to be creative and calculated about how I get around. The travel requirements for musicians can be demanding. I've taken planes, buses, trains, boats, taxis, Ubers. I don't drive. Every aspect of a trip has to be choreographed, and it can cost far more time and money than if I could just drive to a location or just rent a car on the other end of a flight. New self-driving cars are advancing quickly. Maybe someone in this room, before you run for president, you can maybe work on developing a car. It might be one of you. My friends always ask me if I'm excited for the self-driving car to finally go on the market. I have to tell them no. I'm actually waiting for the self-driving F-150. I was as active as any kid. I wanted to run, jump, play in the mud, ride bikes around the neighborhood, climb trees, catch frogs and snakes. I couldn't really see what I was doing and probably put my well-being at great risk every day. But my parents very carefully managed my activities and seemed to let me experience just the right amount of play mixed with the right amount of risk youngsters need in order to learn valuable life lessons. My parents must have been terrified at times, but their selfless approach of letting me experience things was more important than trying to contain a young boy with an insatiable need to explore. The risk of serious and permanent damage to my delicate eyes was too great for me to play most sports. I wanted desperately to play football. I wouldn't have been able to see much of anything on the field anyway, and one jarring hit could leave me completely blind. Music was always important to me. Some of my earliest memories are me banging on the piano we had at home. I was always listening to music, watching musicians, wanting to move to the music. Disability or no, I had a very strong feeling from a very early age that I wanted to be a musician. I had no idea that the cello would be the instrument to take me on this amazing journey. I started with piano at age 7 and violin at age 11. One day in my public school orchestra, I just switched to the cello. For whatever reason, I started playing cello. I wish I could remember how it came about that I brought my violin to school that day. And by 3 o'clock that afternoon, I was a cellist. It's amazing. A public school orchestra is what facilitated this whole trip. It was probably one of the greatest days of my life, along with the day I was born, I suppose, I don't remember. The day I met my wife, I definitely remember that, and the day I married my wife. I remember that too. When I was a little kid, I couldn't read well. I couldn't tie my shoes, and I was struggling so badly in school that my future was bleak. My mandatory state-assigned social worker had plans for me to do meaningful but easy work for my livelihood. There were almost no expectations for me at the school system or in the various state agencies that work with the disabled. It was decided that I suffered from a pretty severe learning disability. I was going through public schools where the LD classroom was stigmatized and likely full of students who were also misdiagnosed. It was hard. It was really hard. My family, teachers, and school administrators were only going on the information they had. I was writing backwards letters, not adding and subtracting correctly, and not completing reading assignments. I was a textbook LD kid until things got so bad for me emotionally and academically that a major decision was made to shift all of my eye care to specialists in Houston. We packed up the car and I went for a comprehensive set of tests and visits. My particular eye condition had always been correctly diagnosed, but the life and educational options had been misdiagnosed and prescribed. My low vision doctor in Houston had all the optimism and equipment to open my world. I got my telescope glasses and never looked back. These special glasses are similar to what surgeons or jewelers wear. My life changed. I was able to read, write, add, subtract, and read the chalkboard. The most important thing for me was that I could finally read music. It was as if I had a voice for the first time. I had so much to say, and I could express everything I wanted through my instrument. I played my cello with an over-the-top, rough intensity that was, as I look back on it now, making up for lost time. I still struggled with school, however. I was so wrapped up and distracted by cello, and my early academic deficiencies were still lingering. I never made perfect grades, and I never lived up to my academic potential. If you saw my middle school and high school transcripts, you would be indeed horrified and confused, especially given the discipline and the focus that I showed when practicing my cello. My teachers were frustrated. I was likely coddled a bit and probably got pushed from grade to grade in some instances. None of these things are useful life experiences and can set a person up for failure in the real world. Don't you love it when teachers talk about the real world? You don't have to hear that anymore. So there I was, with terrible grades, serious academic deficiencies, and a powerful need to play music all day, every day. Conditions were ripe for another change. My parents and the various professionals around us were in full support of my next step. moving to Philadelphia, where the musical environment rivaled any major capital in the world. I was 16. I had just gotten my GED, and I moved to the big city. I had an apartment. I was in a musical pressure cooker of environment, and I was never happier. High school in small-town Louisiana were in the rearview mirror, and I was doing music all day, every day. I thrived. This entire situation wouldn't have happened if my parents hadn't had faith in me and were selfless enough to let it happen. When I was 20 years old, I was accepted to the Curtis Institute of Music. It was just a short subway ride away from Temple University, where I had been studying for 4 years. Curtis is very small, only 155 students when I was there. It is the single most selective higher education institution in the world, with acceptances far lower than Harvard, Stanford, and MIT. When I transferred, I pretty much lost all of my credits. Curtis was literally almost starting over. It was an amazing experience. I was being trained by legends in my field, and I was in school with people who would go on to become leaders in every aspect of classical music. I had opportunity after opportunity there. Someone gave me advice that I followed and still follow in my first 30 years of my career. I'll share it with you. Say yes to every opportunity. If you don't know how to do some part of the opportunity presented, say yes and learn. If you can't figure out a way to schedule the opportunity, say yes anyway and dig deep to get it done. Here's the hardest part. If you don't like some circumstances of the opportunity, get over it and say yes. I said yes to everything. I can't even remember saying no once. I'm sure I must have, but I can't imagine why I would say no, given my strong belief that saying yes is part of the way you get good. I wanted to be good. I wanted to be really good. After graduation from Curtis with a bachelor's degree, I started work towards my master's degree at Juilliard. I received another tremendous opportunity through Juilliard to study with a man that I had admired for many years. Harvey Shapiro was yet another legend that I was being mentored by. He was the complete opposite from my long-term teacher, Orlando Cole at Curtis. Shapiro would drink, smoke, and curse during lessons. He was so verbally brutal that I had to scramble to figure out what he was asking of me. One day, I was in a practice room. Practice room is a small individual room where instrumentalists focus on their craft before presenting it in lessons. I was in a small practice room about a half hour before a lesson with Mr. Shapiro. I was working hard on something he had asked of me a week before. I found myself daydreaming. I found myself hoping for a knock on the door from the dean saying, "I'm sorry, your lesson is canceled. Shapiro's dead." That didn't happen, so I went to my lesson. The yelling and cursing began in seconds and included these words from Mr. Shapiro: "You aren't doing anything I ask. What use am I? I might as well be dead." I started laughing. Then he started laughing, and I told him I had just been thinking that same thing 30 minutes before. We both had a good laugh and went on with the lesson. He knew after decades of teaching that students thought many horrible things of their teachers. Mr. Shapiro, he was so mean and crude at times. Back then, I didn't even introduce him to my family. Turns out he was a super genius and cared about us, his students, and his art so much. His communication skills were certainly not modern, but in his way, his passion and high standards were being imparted. I hear both of my teachers' voices in my head every day when I'm teaching, practicing, or performing. I miss them. You might actually miss some of your teachers one day. Anything is possible. My journey continued with full-time stints in New York City, Midland, Texas, and Stillwater, Oklahoma. One day I read that the cello position was open at Texas Tech. This marvelous large school of music was a very attractive place for me. Here I could have the opportunity and the support to do my teaching, research, recruiting, and continue to build a national and international presence in the music world. I was so lucky to get the job. It's a very competitive process getting a university teaching job. There are so many qualified applicants with amazing credentials that it's hard to even get noticed in the beginning of the search process. You have to dig deep and accept inevitable rejection that comes with a career in music, much less any career. I found a home at Texas Tech and am constantly reminded that here it is, from here it's possible. The personal and professional journey thus far has been satisfying and interesting, at times difficult. Part of me wishes I could have done it with full sight, full vision. But the other part of me knows that with full vision, I wouldn't be here. I might not have moved to Lubbock. I might not have gotten the job at Texas Tech. I might not have found music. If I had managed to still find music, I might not have listened as carefully. I depend on my ears so much, maybe because of my visual impairment. Maybe I wouldn't have been any good at music. Maybe I wouldn't have met my wife. What have I learned during this most interesting journey of my life thus far? I've learned that I can never know a person's true situation. When you pass me on the sidewalk or at the bus stop, you probably would never know that I'm visually impaired. We can't possibly truly understand what someone is going through. I can only control my own life and never someone else's. I can be an influence, but I can't make people do anything. I can lead by example, and I can treat people with empathy. I can be appreciative every day I'm alive and experiencing beautiful things. What would you do if you were somehow disabled? What would you do if you have a child or someone close to you who is disabled? I can offer some advice. Treat them with respect. Understand that they are in your life for a reason. Searching for reasons why personal difficulties exist is natural, but can ultimately be useless. Search for ways you can enhance everything and everyone around you. Then go and try to enhance everyone and everything else. This is a tool. There is a tool to help you with these goals. Good music. I believe in it. I've seen it work. I've experienced it myself. And I will always be the best I can be as long as there is music. Music is the universal language. The great expressive opportunities in music are overwhelming. It's a powerful gift. It's giving me a life in music, and I have had meaningful relationships with thousands of people from all over the world, and music and the arts have made us understand each other a bit more than interaction without art. Exposure to the arts enhances far more just the test scores, which, by the way, is a tangible benefit of exposure to the arts, but instead a deeper connection to human condition. Everyone around you has successes and failures, wins and losses, security and vulnerability, and smiles and laughs, and tears. The toughest and most obtuse people you know suffer from the human condition. Look at people and know that you can't dismiss anyone. You have far more in common with them than any differences you might notice. The amazing music I experience every day takes me on this journey away from my visual impairment or any other problem I might have. It brings me closer to people, and people are simply amazing. You're all amazing. Before I close, I just want to say hi to the band. You guys sound great. Yeah. You're very lucky to have live music at your graduation ceremony on this special day. It makes it that much more special. In closing, you have Texas Tech attached to your name for the rest of your life. You are Red Raiders, and when you go to work, talk to your neighbors, meet people from around the world, wherever you are, you can take advantage of the opportunity to tell them about Texas Tech. Be proud of it and be a great example in whatever field you've chosen. I'm so happy for you. Your faculty, staff, and the entire TTU community, before and after you, want you to be great. Be good citizens and savor every day. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey.
We will now proceed with the conferring of the degrees. All candidates, please rise. Degrees are awarded to those who have successfully completed all requirements established by the university and the faculties of their colleges and departments. President Skubanek, the candidates are recommended to you for conferring of their respective degrees.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of Texas Tech University, I confer upon each of you the degree for which the Provost has recommended you. You may now turn your tassels to the left. Also, at this time, those who have the official Texas Tech Alumni Association class ring may turn their rings outward. Congratulations. Please be seated.
We will now proceed with the recognition of individual graduates. You will note that we have a table located at the west side of the stage. A representative from the Alumni Association will be handing each graduate a commemorative lapel pin as a graduation gift from the association. In addition, each graduate will receive a complimentary one-year membership to the Texas Tech University Alumni Association. This gift is made possible by the Office of the President of Texas Tech University in an effort to keep each of you connected to the university.
We will begin by recognizing those who have achieved the highest academic designation, a doctorate degree. These graduates have spent years studying, researching, and writing to get to this point. And in that time, they have formed close relationships with their departments and faculty members. Today, the graduates will be hooded by their major professors, an honor for both parties, signifying the completion of the graduate study at Texas Tech.
Receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Systems and Engineering Management is the banner bearer for the graduate school, Dr. Chamila Diasanaikin. She is hooded by Professor Jennifer Cross. Receiving the degree Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Business Administration is Dr. Mike McLeod, hooded by Professor Jennifer Cross. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Chemical Engineering is Dr. Rashadul Islam, hooded by Professor Siva Vanapali. Dr. Nadia Sotana, hooded by Professor Nurkan Bak. Dr. Xinmei Wang, hooded by Professor Carla Lacerda. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Civil Engineering, Dr. Bo Pang, hooded by Professor Carla Lacerda. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Computer Science, Dr. Hin Wu, hooded by Professor Jilin Chang. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Electrical Engineering, Dr. Shadid Abeda, hooded by Professor Jingyang Fan. Dr. M.D. Nadim Ferdos Hok, hooded by Professor Jiyang Fan. Receiving the Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Industrial Engineering, Dr. Zhang Yung, hooded by Professor Hangzhou Chang. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Ami Clutia, hooded by Professor James Yang. Dr. Haile Jesus Indushaw, hooded by Professor James Yang. Dr. Kalina Podawila, hooded by Professor Jordan Berg. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Petroleum Engineering, Dr. Fatih Al-Dakli, hooded by Professor Hussein Ahmadi. Dr. Elius Pirayesh, hooded by Professor Hossein Ahmadi. Dr. Lei Li, hooded by Professor James Sheng. Dr. Yu Pang, hooded by Professor James Sheng. Dr. Zha-Shi Shen, hooded by Professor James Sheng. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Systems and Engineering Management, Dr. Allison Williams, hooded by Professor Milton Smith. Receiving the degree Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Human Development and Family Studies, Dr. Cassandra K. Huey, hooded by Professor Ivan Caldera. Dr. Andrea Parker, hooded by Professor Michael McCarty. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Marriage and Family Therapy, Dr. Luke Enerson, hooded by Professor Nicole Springer. Dr. Miriam Massoud, hooded by Professor Christy Solowski. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Nutritional Sciences, Dr. Chanka Karatudulha, hooded by Professor Christy Solowski. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Personal Financial Planning, Dr. Jacob Williams, hooded by Professor Russell James. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Fine Arts, Dr. Jacqueline Paul, hooded by Professor Janice Killian. Dr. Lawrence Branco Sekalaga, hooded by Professor Janice Killian. Receiving the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a major in Music, Dr. Genwan Kim, hooded by Professor Peter Fisher. Dr. Oliver Ramfastos Lucero, hooded by Professor Rebecca Wasco Hayes. Receiving the degree of Master of Science in Accounting, Isaac Aguilera. Carson Bernard. Kevin Amsler. Crystal Carmona. Caitlin Cadaldi. Brittany Edinger. Sarah Beth Hagen. Sophia Harden. Madison Harris. James Hendricks. Brooke Henney. Roshan Hingorai. Jet Johnson. Madeline Kanya. Abby Charles Mell. Andrew Ortiz. Lauren Renner. Chelsea Sandoval. John Scott. Jake Tenner. Daniel Walsh. Alexandria Whitworth. Receiving the degree Master of Science with a major in Business Administration, Jobriuzodin Vora. Brett Wilson. Connor Ferris. Receiving the degree of Master of Science with a major in Data Science, Ruby Jayla Cassiano. Partha Sapati. Rashmita Raut. Radnya Chahandi. Mayuresh Andapurka. Liu Jingjing. Ayali Mahayan. Heath McCasland. Naveen Krishna Marakanda. Sai Gautam Tararanja. Miguel Papadopoulos. Yoran Singh. Swati Suresh. Raymond Taylor. Jorge Trevino Jr. Joshua Williams. Alex Wolitz. Receiving the degree of Master of Business Administration with a major in General Business MBA, Billy Acosta. Robert Armstrong. Claudia Beiza. Moises Bubuana. Kelly Ballard. Bo Baduzzi. Luis Benavides. Maria Benavides. Jorge Bletofi. Michael Bowers. Dustin Brownlee. Everett Berg. Annette Castellano. Catherine Castillo. Ethan Chandler. Andrina Chavez. Haley Cook. Wesley James Cook. Josh Crooks. AC Daniel. Brad Davis. Robert Dees. William Daughtry. Cody Dugan. Cody Dugan. Mark Ellis. Chris Flowers. Judd Glover. Hillary Gray. Alan Grice. Matthew Heinrich. Kirsta Hoffman. Jose Ibarra. Aaron Israel. Matthew Jacob. Christian Janae Johnson. Dylan Jones. Ashley Jones. Alicia Keene. Devin Kelly. Joshua Kemp. Grace Kabuli. Charles Knudsen. Paige Letcher. Timothy Loveland. Benjamin Magwork. Haley Mannix. Tate McIntyre. Jordan McKinney. Zachary Middleton. Diana Mitchell. Mackenzie Moore. Tracy Morris. Michael Murphy Jr. Srinivas Nirala. Wang Win. Tanner Ogden. Lubna Always. Connor Parker. Ashini Patel. Theophilus Pham. Troy Pickering. Dustin Platter. Jonathan Rangel. Travis Reddick. Christopher Michael Reed. Cynthia Annette Reyes. Jerry Reyes. Emery Ricard. Carson Roach. Rebecca Rodriguez. Robert P. Rodriguez. Abigail Rosales. Vanessa Ruiz. Nicholas Livingston Runkles. Roger Sandoval. Catherine Shepard. Simran Singh. Ronnie Scaria. Schaefer Smith. Travis Urbanovsky. Hunter Summit. Eduardo Urias. Weston Von Rauder. Travis Warmoth. Charles Warren. Gary West. Brittany White. Daniel Coy Wilhite. Taylor C. Williams. Clint Williamson. Garrett Wire. Cynthia Wood. Matthew Wright. Receiving the degrees of Master of Business Administration with a major in General Business and a Master of Science with a major in Data Science, Shamar Bradley. Receiving degrees of Master of Business Administration in General Business and a Master of Science in Business Administration degree, Forrest Stovall. Receiving the degree of Master of Science in Chemical Engineering, Teja Adepu. Receiving the degree of Master of Science with a major in Computer Science, Tarimi Mustafa. Receiving the degree of Master of Science in Electrical Engineering, Youssef Asani. Abed Hazmi. Monica Mukalalapali. Ishada Pereira. Ishwajit Roy. Randall Woodrum. Receiving the degree of Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Hugo Arenas. Rodim Sebastian. Receiving the degree of Master of Science in Petroleum Engineering, Danny Perez Romero. Receiving the degree of Master of Science with a major in Family and Consumer Science Education, Elizabeth Espino. Sasha Woodward. Receiving the degree of Master of Science with a major in Human Development and Family Studies, Cindy Garza. Miriam Laiway. Receiving the degree of Master of Science with a major in Hospitality and Retail Management, Sarika Jessica Diaz. Lauren Fennell. Receiving the degree of Master of Science with a major in Marriage and Family Therapy, Taylor Ballard. Natalie Johnson. Michelle Luna. Ashley Newman. Dustin Perkins. Caitlin Peavy House. Sydney Shaliden. Stephanie T. Villarreal. Sydney Aaron Wingline. Maisie Zielinski. Receiving the degree of Master of Science with a major in Nutritional Sciences, Gates Anderson. Suhadini Gamagi. Receiving the degree of Master of Art Education, Gail Dentler. Mark Watson. Receiving the degree Master of Music Education, Leonel Garza. Jose Martinez. Catherine Olivier. Receiving the degree of Master of Fine Arts with a major in Theater Arts, Abigail Roberts Chowning. Reese Thompson.
We will now recognize the candidates receiving a baccalaureate degree in Rawls College of Business.
Banner bearer for the Rawls College of Business is Kylie Michelle Naughton. She is graduating summa cum laude with honors from the Honors College with a Bachelor of Business Administration in Accounting. The following are graduating with a major in Accounting and Finance. Shane Gwynn. The following are graduating with a major in International Business and Management. Brendan William Maxwell, magna cum laude. The following are graduating with a major in Management and Accounting. Elizabeth Marie Campo, cum laude. The following are graduating with a major in Management and Marketing. John Russell Bennett. John Paul Boudreau. Caitlin Eileen Dede. Carlos De Laura. Courtney Soleil Inch. Travis Martin. Shelby Lynn Robertson. The following are graduating with a degree in accounting. Cameron Malik Batson, cum laude. Jaden Rayleigh Benford. Receiving a Bachelor of Business Administration in Accounting with honors from the Honors College, James Joseph Brush. Colin Brooks Heidenheimer. Victoria Andrew Magana. Kimberlyn Mary McCoy. Chrissy Anne-Marie Morris, summa cum laude. Amos John Nugent. Yesenia Lazat Renteria, cum laude. Hunter Joseph Ritterman, cum laude. Warren Boyd Shepard. James Alton Stanford II. Bradley Michael Vezelka. The following are graduating with a degree in Energy Commerce. Adam Michael Lorente. The following are graduating with a degree in Finance. Robert Ryan Gray, cum laude. Craig Michael Grossman. Jacob Edward Mason. Chase Mitchell. Samuel Saw Stevens. The following are graduating with a degree in General Business. Chase Ray Andrews. Hugo Cesar Dojas. Noah Blaine Hearn. Forrest James Warren. The following are graduating with a degree in Information Technology. Alexander James Buslowski. The following are graduating with a degree in International Business. Caleb John Hare. Victoria Henneborg. The following are graduating with a degree in Management. Shay Nicole Bailey. Emily Allison Dodd. Maria Lynn Cavazos. Jennifer Lynn Eichenberg. Aiden Carter Farrell, magna cum laude. Rowdy Darren Fenwick. Lauren Nicole Gannon. Matthew Shane Gowdy. William Douglas Hammond. Allie Elizabeth Carl. Peyton Don McNabb. Tanner Ray Merritt, magna cum laude. Alex M. Nelson, magna cum laude. Ashton Elizabeth Overbeck, cum laude. Damaris Abigail Ramos Oliveira. Zachary Dean Richards. Andrew Kyle Robertson. Michelle Allison Standifer. Jared Robert Steele. Aaron Michael Thompson. Christiana Marie Walden. The following are graduating with a degree in Management Information Systems. Cade Bryant Anderson. Riley Cole Barrett. Edward Alexander Broussard. Robert Alexander Gonzalez Marin. Jacob Thomas Parker. Maxime Francois Unkolsky. The following are graduating with a degree in Marketing. Sydney Nicole Bednars. Colin Hunter Bashir. Sydney Hannah Brell. Zachary Augustus Kasberg. Cade Marshall DeArmond. Garrett Mateo Garcia. Grant Allen Grazier. Michael James Gressback. Brandon Mackenzie Hughes. Megan Elizabeth Johnson. Anna Marie Kohlschmidt. Catherine Marie Penshorn. Fabio Andres Pinson Sandino. Dylan Anderson Quinn. Patrick Joseph Ritchie IV. Gerardo Garcia Rubio. Ariana Alice Sandoval. Ryan Luis Shanklin. Elliot Meyerson Sheridan, summa cum laude. Peyton Boland Spooner. Catherine Elizabeth Taylor. Eduardo Tenorio Para. The following are graduating with a degree in Supply Chain Management. Diona Simone Brown.
We will now recognize the candidates receiving the baccalaureate degree in Human Sciences.
banner bearer for the College of Human Sciences with a degree in Restaurant, Hotel, and Institutional Management, Naomi Elizabeth Snyder, summa cum laude. With a bachelor's degree of Interior Design is Patricia Jeanette Gonzalez Salazar. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Apparel Design and Manufacturing, Casey Deanne Atwood. Sarah Elizabeth Blackwell. Victoria Morgan Duran, cum laude. Donacio Guerra V. Sarah Noel Lawrence. Tucci Massey, magna cum laude. Nicole Michelle Rains. Graduating with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Community, Family, and Addictions Sciences, Chandler Hanson Barnett. Michael Aaron Daniels. Lisa Marie Goldstein. Amber Marie Hempel. Grant Nelson Williams, magna cum laude. Sarah Faye Wise, cum laude. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Human Development and Family Studies, Tiffany Nicole Anderson, cum laude. Hannah Danielle Brown, cum laude. Anna Michelle Collins. Haley Amber Costin Risa, cum laude. Haley Noel Curda. Amanda Lene Edwards. Amanda Michelle Francher, cum laude. Grace Hallie Garrison. Justine Marie Gonzalez. Rebecca Nicole Guzman. Ashley Hernandez. Rionda Nicole Hinojosa. Caitlin Marie Jones. Jordan Elizabeth Newman, magna cum laude. Bonnie Kate Olson. Brittany Nicole Pacheco. Marissa Sorolla. Danielle Nicole Tesla. Jessica Lee Vayon. Fernanda Melissa Villar. Shakina Gail Watson. Yasmin Pereira Weaver. Taylor Lynn Wilkins. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Human Sciences, Paige Yadon Abney. Caitlin Danielle Baker. Paul Roosevelt Banks III. Zachary Bergenholtz, cum laude. Amy Lynn Brock. magna cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Burks. Luis Alberto Caceres. Ryan Romero Cantano. Jessica Lauren Dowse. Amanda Jean Garza. Blake Allen Grant, cum laude. Heath Alec Haygood. John Philip Hamilton, Jr., cum laude. Anna Christian Henriksen. Christopher Brady Johnson. Isaiah Larson. Krista Renee Marquez with a degree in human sciences and a BA in psychology. Elroy Kareem McBride. Kelsey Reagan McKay. Kelsey Paulette Munoz. Amani Saida Nesmith. Onay Alexandra Parker. Colleen Montgomery Pritchett. Chelsea Lynn Prophet, magna cum laude. Michael Anthony Samuels. Haley Lynn Smith, cum laude. Richard Devon Thomas. Farhia Mohammed Youssef. Graduating with the Bachelor of Science in Nutrition, Danielle Lena Boudwin, cum laude. Haley Elizabeth Brock. Blake Jared Brockman. Hunter Paige Deming. Kendra Shanice Smith. JC Nicole Willer. Graduating with the Bachelor of Science in Restaurant, Hotel, and Institutional Management, Paul James Andrus. Kelsey Lynn Carpenter. Madison Elaine Fair. Carrie Ann Lagnus. Megan Ray Loudermilk. Gareth Michael Nicole Noel. Yas Kirti Patel. Michael Philip Rawls. Ethan Wilson. Graduating with the Bachelor of Science in Retail Management, Lexi Ray Bader. Sarah Sharman Muller. Alyssa Lauren Taft.
We will now recognize the candidates receiving the baccalaureate degree in university programs and wind energy.
Following is the banner bearer, graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in University Studies, Jonathan Gill, magna cum laude. Following her, graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in University Studies, Kesley Agan, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Lewis Carey. Jacob Wayne Duffy. Anthony Jacob Flores. Marquisha Monet Jane. Victoria Yo. Kagan Ray Massey. Emery Ann Osborne, cum laude. Josue Renteria. Stormy Rochelle Harvey Rydell. Andrew Justin Ruffin. Vincent Allen Shoup. Angelica Honesto Tarango. Bodie Taylor. Matthew McGuire Temple. Cooper Alec Turner. Lexus Nicole Urquhart. Following or graduating with a Bachelor of Science in University Studies, Luis Caceres. Barrett Duncan. Deanna Lee Fleming. Travis Alton Rhodes. Harrison Robert King. Hector Eduardo Lafuente. Jade Elizabeth Liebman. Elia Elizabeth Mendoza. Lane Thomas Mitchell. Timothy Killian Moore. Shannon Michelle Olson, magna cum laude. Turner Julian Sparks. Gabriel Valles. The following are graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Wind Energy. Zachary Alexander Barnes, Jr. Bryson Cole Beatty. Gary Michael Bunch, Jr. Tucker Barry Eagle. William John Frame IV. Caleb Timothy Lawson, cum laude. Victor Manuel Ovalle. Jeremy Ross Overby. Zachary Tyler Renshaw. Andres Rico. Christian Alexander Wharton.
We will now recognize the candidates receiving the baccalaureate degree in the College of Engineering.
Banner bearer for the Edward E. Whitaker Jr. College of Engineering and receiving a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, graduating with honors, summa cum laude from the Honors College, Aaron M. Trusty. Following are receiving their degree in Chemical Engineering, Young Ji Kim. Dylan Robert Moore. Tyson Chase Rater. Angel Ivan Rodriguez. Joshi Johnson George. Philip Gray McLeod. The following are receiving their degree in computer engineering. Ben Joshua McCullum. The following are receiving their degree in computer science. Christopher James Marler. Adrian Palmerola. The following are receiving their degree in construction engineering. Trenton C. Elrod. Richard Tyler Hancock. The following are receiving their degree in electrical engineering. Daniel Eric Ayala. Dexter James Berend. Michael Christopher Falcon, cum laude. Henry John Gauss III. John Philip Hayes. Aaron Joel Kite. Christopher Lee Koslowski. Joshua Patrick McPhee, cum laude. Alexi Marie McCallick. James Luis Moreno Jr. Namdi Ijike Wankwo. Kenneth Allen Peters. Samuel Anthony Rodriguez. The following are receiving their degree in mechanical engineering. Elante Cristar Allen. Daniel Archiro Alvarado. Joshua Allen Dorsey. Ryan Wayne Evans. Abnob Nabil Fahmy. Jackie T. Gregory. Robert Kainoa Grigsby. Kenneth Joe Hilton III. Cesar Ociel Martinez. Taylor Domingo Nunez. Avery Ashton Rains, cum laude. Michael John Sievers. Daniel Edward Talley. And receiving a degree in petroleum engineering, George Henry Cassidy III.
We will now recognize bachelor degree recipients from the J.T. and Margaret College of Visual and Performing Arts.
The banner bearer for the J.T. and Margaret Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts is graduating with a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree with a major in art. Ashley Sarepta McCleskey. Following students are graduating with a Bachelor of Arts degree with a major in dance. Catherine Lee Parker. The following students are graduating with a Bachelor of Arts degree with a major in music. Alec Lee Williams, magna cum laude. Following students are graduating with a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree with a major in art. Lindsay Nicole Gomez. Braden Nicholas Hurley. LaRon Lee Wilson. The following students are graduating with a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree with a major in theater arts and acting. Kyle Anthony Williams. The following students are graduating with a Bachelor of Music degree with a major in music. Desiree Correa. Ashley Lynn Pikowski.
Please join me in another round of applause for our graduates.
The undergraduate students ranking highest academically on the basis of completed records will now be recognized. As I call your names, please stand and remain standing until all names have been read. From the Rawls College of Business, Kylie Michelle Naughton and Chrissy Ann Marie Morris. From the College of Human Sciences, Naomi Elizabeth Snyder. From University Programs, Alexis Kate Baker and Ashley Marie Sursley. From Wind Energy, Caleb Lawson. From the Whitaker College of Education, Michael C. Falcon, Joshua McPhee, Avery Rains, and Aaron M. Trusty. And from the J.T. and Margaret Talkington College of Visual Performing Arts, Avery Elise Turner. The Alumni Association extends congratulations to each of the August 2017 graduates. You are encouraged to maintain contact with Texas Tech University through the Alumni Association. The association is particularly pleased to honor the highest-ranking graduates, each of whom will have a plaque mailed to them in the near future. Will the audience please join me in recognizing these highly achieving students? We also want to pay honor to those students who are receiving teacher certification along with their degree. Will every student from every college also receiving a teaching certificate please stand? Let's recognize these future teachers. Thank you. You may be seated.
You may have noticed some of our graduates, faculty, and staff wearing camouflage stoles. The individuals wearing these stoles have served in active duty in our armed forces. Would the graduates, faculty, staff, and members of our audience who have served in the military please rise so we may show our gratitude to you for your service. Thank you. As we come to the concluding moments of this commencement ceremony, I appreciate the opportunity to convey to each August 2017 graduate my congratulations on a job well done. Let me assure you that the entire Texas Tech University community is proud of your achievements, as are your parents, family, loved ones, and friends who are sharing this day with you. Graduates, I know you would like to join with me in thanking those who are here today and who, through their love and support, helped to make your graduation possible. What you have obtained from your years at Texas Tech is precious and important. You've made lifelong friends, and you have learned from some of the best scholars and teachers in the world. The faculty members have confronted you with new ideas and perspectives and shared their passion for learning. Many have become your friends and will be lifelong partners in your success. I would like to ask all members of the faculty to please stand so that we may recognize your contributions. I want to also acknowledge the important contributions of staff who have supported you and the faculty. To Chancellor Duncan and each member of the Texas Tech Board of Regents, thank you for your vision and your guidance. Graduates, I'm sure this is a moment of mixed emotions. You have pride in your accomplishments, but maybe questions about your future. There is appreciation for the friends you've made and sadness in leaving them. But this occasion is but one of many transitions in your life. As you begin the next stage of your life, I hope that you will nurture and maintain the friendships made here that will be part of your lifelong connection to Texas Tech. Your talents and your Texas Tech education give you the tools, the skills, and the support system to move forward with a sense of purpose and direction and the expectation of personal fulfillment. But a full life means a commitment of service to others, to family, community, and the larger society. Strive for honor evermore. That is an essential part of what Texas Tech is about. Because you are Red Raiders, there is the expectation that you will change the world for the better. I know that you will add to the legacy of this institution. Remember that Texas Tech University will always be your home. Return to the campus when you can, speak well of your alma mater, and tell the world with pride that you are a Red Raider. To the class of August 2017, I extend my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes for success, and go Tech. And now, our alma mater will be led by Mr. Alec Williams, who graduated with a Bachelor of Music degree. The words are located on the back cover of your program and on the big screen in the arena. Will parents and guests of the graduates please be seated for the recessional. After the recessional, graduates will meet their families and guests at the north end of the arena. Thank you for participating in this August 2017 Texas Tech University Commencement.